Alright guys, so this is my first exotic on the channel. This is a 2018 Lotus Evora 400. And this thing is fantastic. I've never been in any type of exotic car before. And so we took it for a little ride from my house over to here. My buddy's gonna let me drive it. And let's just walk around and check it out. He's got some wheel spacers out up front to kind of bring the stance out a little bit. He's got big AP Racing brakes, 18-inch wheels in the front, wrapped with some Michelin tires. There are 235s in the front, 19s in the back, two 285s. He's got a carbon fiber, big huge dealer upgrade here. Here's the bottom of the carbon fiber rear deck. All dry carbon, two-piece. Let's check out the interior, guys. That's probably what you're curious about. Your nice Evora symbol here. This has Lotus logos on the seat, but they are actually made by Sparco. They're very comfortable, lots of big, heavy, aggressive bolstering. Look how small this little center console is, and there's plenty of space in here. I'm 6'1", and I fit pretty well. The back seats are very small. So you guys can see if you had to put somebody in the back seat, it's really, I don't know if you can fit anybody in there. Not while you're driving, but for insurance purposes, they have a back seat in there. Pretty crazy. Look at the engine underneath here. So it's a mid-rear engine. You got all the trunk space here. You can see everything. This is all hand built. It's all torqued down and marked. Functional rear diffuser here. Look at the underside. It's got your air intakes to the rear here. Also has a upgraded carbon fiber piece here. Check it out. Smaller than the BRZ and the AE86 back there. Look at it. Insurance purposes only, boys. Engines in the back. There's a bedroom actually in here. I'm 6'1". So you guys are probably curious what this thing drives like. This will be my first exotic I've ever driven. So here we go, let's hop in. All right, first test drive, we ready?
Yeah, let's go.
This is my first exotic, so thank you so much for trusting me to drive your car.
It's in good hands, I think. So yeah, like I was saying earlier, it's 2018 Evora 400. Works here and there. It definitely gets up and goes.
Yeah.
Uses a Toyota Camry sourced engine.
It's smooth. What size engine is in this?
Oh, I believe this is a 3.2 liter. Don't quote me on that. It's got a Edelbrock sourced supercharger on the top of it. That's something Lotus did with these cars, was borrow a lot of parts that were already available, right? Or I believe the supercharger was made for this car, but like the seats were built by Sparco, wrapped by Lotus. It's got Bilstein shocks.
Yeah, the suspension is actually very smooth too, which is nice. It's not uncomfortable to drive. Soft spring rate, which feels nice, but it still feels planted. Yeah, dude, this thing is nice. What's up with the brakes?
BP Racing, they definitely are a lot bigger than the car needs, which is not a bad thing. 14 front, 13 inch in the rear. Definitely where brakes work, right?
Yeah, the brakes are crazy.
Yeah, being supercharged, the power band is very linear, like you were saying earlier. It doesn't matter if you're low in the RPM range or 5,000 or 6,000 RPMs. It's got power available, which makes it definitely a track weapon, which is what it was built for. And people always ask, what's the 0 to 60 times and things like that. And it's quick. It's a quick car. I think it's it's a 4-second-ish 0 to 60, but that's not what this car was built for. It was they sourced in a reliable engine and built an awesome car around it, opposed to building the car around the engine.
And it's comfortable, even just driving, like chugging in 6th gear at 1,500 RPMs. It's smooth, it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And space-wise, like I'm 6'1", and I still have plenty of room between my head and the ceiling. So you can easily put a helmet on this thing and take it to the track.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I think surprises people about this car, is that I'll have some of my tall buddies get in it, and I'll never fit in that car, and they'll end up having to move the seat forward. I mean, even right now, that seat's not all the way back, and you're what, 6'3"?
6'1".
6'1". So yeah, I mean, if you were a taller side, 6'3", 6'4", you could still comfortably drive this car, which is definitely nice. For me, being on the shorter side, and the pedal box being so deep, I find myself with the seat in the upper settings.
Here's a little first gear pull. Wow, lit them up a lot easier than I was expecting.
Yeah, I don't get on it too often in first gear, but it spun them a little bit.
I had to lift off the throttle. This thing is a machine.
Not a lot of modifications you can do to these.
I don't feel like it needs it. It has plenty of power.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to, is the car is really well balanced. And
yeah,
so
it's small, light, nimble, fast.
Performance-wise, all I've done is remove the third catalytic converter, which was added for 50-state emissions purposes, and I did a drop-in K&N filter. I'd like to do an ECU tune in the future for drivability purposes, maybe just like throttle response or overall reaction when you get on it. But other than that, not much I need to do. Threw some wheel spacers for stance. Did some 12 mils in the rear, 6 in the front, and really that's just for appearance.
Definitely be taking it easy around these corners.
Yeah, this car will definitely.
It will bite you if you don't respect it. I can tell that.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of computer there, but it's not a car that's fully driven by the ECU. Biggest thing it has going for it, like I said, is it's really just a grown-up go-kart.
That back end start to move when you step on it through the corner.
The car doesn't sue a lot of confidence, especially the harder you drive it.
Well, thanks again for letting me take her for a test drive. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's nice to get to experience it from the passenger seat. There's not too many people I trust to drive my cars.
It'll be a great addition to the channel, my first exotic, so thanks again.
Yeah, hopefully your viewers will enjoy it and the content, and it's nice to be able to share the car passion with someone else. That's, for the people that are watching, that's kind of what Josh and I formed our friendship on. Besides being co-workers at one point, we've always shared the same interests in cars and
yes, automotive culture.
Fast and Furious, probably one of the first things we quoted lines from with each other. So
yes.
I think a lot of us can relate to that.
I'm in the wrong gear. All right, here we go. Yeah, this thing is sick. The shifter is pretty notchy, but it feels good through all the shift gates. Let's turn it back to quiet mode. So if you don't want to piss off your neighbors, pretty big difference. Wow, that was fucking awesome. I'm gonna put the seat all the way back in order to easily get out. Show you guys, this is the pedal is really tucked in towards the center, and that's it's all tightly together, so you can heel toe, clutch, everything. Pretty badass. Well guys, that's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed the test drive ride along. I don't really know too much about exotics, but it was a nice addition to have to my channel, and thank you very much to my friend for letting me use this car today. I hope you guys liked today's video. It was kind of something I filmed last summer with one of my buddies, Rod. Thank you so much, Hot Rod, that's what we call him at work. Thank you so much for letting me drive your Lotus Evora 400. The car was freaking awesome, man. And it kind of opened my eyes as a driver, owning something like an R32 GTR and driving, you know, Japanese cars like Toyota Supra Mark IVs. I've driven one of those. I've driven an R33 GTR with 500 horsepower. I've driven, you know, WRXs, like 6 different generations. So that's kind of what my wheelhouse is for experience into the automotive world. And to drive something like a Lotus, a mid-rear engine car, or a rear engine car, whatever it is, I don't know, rear engine, rear wheel drive, just that platform, it felt completely different to what I'm used to, and it was like driving a go-kart, and it kind of changed my perspective of what I think of one of these cars feels like in comparison. Like in my mind, I think R32, Nissan Skyline, Godzilla, one of the best cars. And you know, it was 30 years ago when it first came out. But technology's changed, and it was just a blast to drive something like that. So just a little bit of an update. Got a new shelf for the garage. This is going to be for when I strip all the stuff out of the engine bay here. This is kind of like what UP Garage does, is they have a shelf next to the car, and I'm going to pull all this crap out when I paint the bay. I'm going to put it on those shelves. So that'll be nice, and then this also holds all my fluids like oil and everything, so that'll be really good. But one direction I was kind of thinking I could go with the channel to try to attract a wider audience is maybe doing some car reviews, like doing a brand new review on the new Mazda CX-90, the brand new like GR86, going down to the dealership, taking them for like a test drive and doing like a review video. What do you guys think of that? Leave me some comments down below. The problem that I think my channel's having is I make a lot of, you know, Skyline GTR content, WRX content. That's kind of a very niche community for automotive enthusiasts. New cars like the Toyota Supra, what are the new Nissan Z, the Proto Z, that type of stuff. Maybe a Corvette. It just depends on like what dealerships I can get to work with me, as well as like my friend Rod, he has this, you know, Lotus Evora. I've got friends that have Supras, friends that have Skylines. I could probably do content where I interview the owner, they tell me a little bit about their car, tell me about their mods, and then we take the car for a test drive and do like review videos. That'd be kind of fun. What do you guys think of that stuff? Leave me some comments in the description down below. Let me know what you guys think. I think that this is just a good direction that I could try pursuing. It would make very cost-effective content to try to get views and actually generate revenue as a business. YouTube is a business. I have a business license. My channel makes about 10 grand a year. I would like to double or triple that so I can finish builds and not have to spend so much time saving money to buy these parts. As much as I love all my parts unboxing video, the last parts unboxing video I did, I had like $10,000 worth of parts. That's a whole year's worth of YouTube revenue. It'd be nice if I could generate that kind of income in 3-4 months and you know, have the money to even pay to have labor help me, or have the money to take this thing to an automotive shop and even pay them to put the engine in for me, just so I can get builds and stuff done faster and move on to the next project. The problem with my channel is I feel like I'm just stuck in the same spot waiting to save money, and I can't get anything done. So I don't know, I was thinking that that would be something I can pursue. So you guys leave me some feedback down below. My wife also picked me up a GTR sign for my garage. Pretty badass. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, I really don't know what I'm doing. I've never run a business before. I started doing this channel as kind of like a hobby, just to record stuff and make memories for myself. And it's actually grown into something that you can, you know, generate an income and have a business license and stuff like that. So really the sky's the limit. Whatever I can think of, whatever I can imagine, whatever the community is receptive to wanting to see and want me to make, that's the type of content I'll make. As long as I can find something that I'm passionate about that is mutually beneficial to the automotive realm, industry, channel, you guys on the other end, I will try to create that. But if you boys made it to the end of the video, make sure you guys leave me a hashtag to the end in the description down below so I know. And I appreciate you guys for watching. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next video. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe, like, share. The most satisfying feeling, the best feeling you can get from a workout is what I like to call the pump. It's where the blood flows into the muscle. The muscle gets big, it gets hot. It's like air blowing into a balloon. It feels fantastic. It's as good as coming, like having sex with a woman and coming. So imagine the feeling. I'm having the feeling of coming when I'm backstage pumping up. I'm having the feeling of coming when I'm working out in the gym. I'm having the feeling of coming at night when I'm at home. I'm literally coming day and night. It's fantastic.